getting my crochet together. Do a bit of work on this blanket that I started some time ago, which is a nice kind of summery yarn. Very not well, it's kind of thinnish really for DK. Wrong way round. There we go, we're going in that direction. Oh, I've got to find my chat. I don't know if anyone's here yet. I've got a voicemail, we'll leave that. Find chat. Here I am. Oh, hello. There's a few people here, I think, in the ads, maybe. Right, make sure the sound's really low. I don't want to disrupt myself with an ad. So, what am I doing? It's a 3-row repeat, this pattern, I think, if I can remember what I'm doing. So this row is just 3. Hello to, I think that's Julie. I've got my, I've not done any crochet in this Yarnavan yet. This is my very first ever time. So, hi everyone. I'll have a little look and see who's with me in a sec. I did bring a drink. I haven't poured it out yet. Oh, we got then. Oh, don't you dare fall on the floor. Oh, Claptrap, Jay, Sarah, Gwen, and Kim. Woohoo! You're taking me to the post office. I was only saying to Gary the other day how nice it is not to have to go anymore. You know, they come and collect it from me. Much better. Right, let's pour some drink out. As it's the, I'm in the Yarnavan. I do have a coffee machine down there. I could have made coffee, but I figured I'd just have fizzy. I know I said I was going to give it up, but I had a lot in the cupboard. So I have really, really cut down on the amount that I'm drinking of it. But it would just stay there otherwise. So, yeah. I haven't got a table, but I've got a step ladder. A little tiny step ladder at the side of me. And I'm using the top step to put my drink on. And it's got one of these cups. Look, one of these Pudsey Bear cups. Oh, I needed that. We've just been shopping again. That's twice in a day. That's insanity. Oh, are we upside down? Have I named the headset? Headset? What, the set of heads? They've all got names, the heads have. It's this chap. I don't know if we named the mannequin yet. Heads yet. Yeah, we've got Sulky Face Kid Head. I can't remember the name. We've got Hedy Lamar. And I think this one is Roxy. And this guy at the end's Jeff. So, yeah. Although Sulky Face Kid, I did have a name for, but I've long since forgotten it because I just call her Sulky Face Kid. I've got a fan, but I haven't put it on. Hang on a mo. That's weird. A message appeared there and it's not here yet. Am I behind in my own chat? Can't be, can I? Can I? Maybe. Should I go out and come in again? Well, it didn't make any difference. Something popped up and it wasn't Gwen. Might have been. Maybe I got it wrong. So yeah, this is something that I started making ages ago and have left. It's just a rectangular blanket. I kind of made this up as I went along, and it's got like a 3-row repeat, and it's nice and summery. It's a rectangle, so I thought it'd be nice for sitting out on the decking, maybe having it over on your lap or around your shoulders like a wrap. But I'm making it from the King Cole tropical beaches, and this one I think is Parrot Beach because it's got that lovely green part of it. Hi Kerry, woohoo! How are you? Don't forget the thummies, guys. Nearly forgot to say it. So yeah, we've been out twice already today. Once early this morning, and then I came back and I did my videos a little late, like this one and the other one for the other channel for my skin problem. And I said I'd do a live stream this morning, but I would normally have made another video for today, but it didn't get done. It just didn't get done. But Gary's in the kitchen cooking. He's making dinner because Charlotte is coming round after work for dinner. So he's busy in the kitchen. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. Yeah, hey, don't forget Thummy. So yeah, I'm in the yarn around. Look, not my usual habitat at all. Much more spacious in here. While I was getting ready, and I also had to come down into the caravan anyway to bring my new tub. I bought a couple of those big kind of, they're only £6.50, big storage tubs. And I thought the yarn that I bought recently, well, more recently, which was the Savannah and that sparkly Stylecraft baby yarn is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't have a tub for it, so that's gone in one. In fact, there's space in it for something else. And I've ordered some new yarn today. Everybody keeps admiring that yarn that's over my shoulder in the other yarn room. So I finally did order it today. So I'll have some new yarn come in. And then I've got the other tub that'll be for that. But it is absolutely gorgeous stuff. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. But sorry if I'm looking down a lot. It's just that otherwise I'd have to like hold it up here, which would be a bit odd. But this doesn't aim very well, this one in this room. So all I can do to get it there. But yeah, Gary said to me, oh, I could have done your on-air sign for you today. He said, if you should have reminded me. Well, I reminded him yesterday. But he said, I could have done that this morning. And to be honest with you, totally forgot about it. But I do want to put it up. And I've also got some chaser lights. They're, you know, those little stick-on strips of LED. So I've also got some of those to put up. Now I've reached the end of my round. And I've got to figure out what I did in round 2. It's been a long time since I have done this. Hi, Diane and Alicat. Welcome. Oops. I am feeling better, yeah. Bit blur, to be honest with you. A bit kind of uncharacteristically down for me. But yeah, I'm all right. It's everyone else, isn't it? Everyone else. I've just got to figure out what I did at the corner. So that was okay. I think I'm there. So I think I had 3. So that looks like a 3. And go back in. And it's amazing, isn't it? I'm the one who made up this pattern. And yeah. So, how many did I do there, do you think? Looks like 3. Whoops. Helps if you don't undo them by mistake. If it doesn't work out, I can always go back. It's not far. I'll do 2. I think 2 will be fine. Yeah. That works out cool. That way it keeps in with the stitch count of 3. So I saw a big text come in then. Okay, here we go. Where am I up to? Amanda, hi. What's the pattern on the dummy behind you? It looks fantastic. It's been a while since I've seen you. Watched too many podcasts and never enough time to watch them all. I know it. I know what you mean. And Gary's been a Yarny member for 24 months. Wow. 24 months. Has it been that long? Heavens to Betsy. And she says, I love you, Tracy. Thank you. I love you too. So last couple of days ago, I went into Kerry's live stream and played bingo. That was so cool how you got that up on the screen. Was it a StreamYard thing? Because I've never really been looking into all those things, you know, all those ones where you can put a game on the screen. But it was actually a lot of fun playing. I love a bit of bingo. Back in the day, used to go to bingo. But I just drove past one of the campsites with Gary, and it did look like they had a sign that said bingo on certain days. I thought, you know, I really must look into this, you know. I live around all these holiday parks, so I really ought to. Am I doing this right? Yes. So yeah, I really ought to make the most of their bingo sessions and everything else and all the social aspects that they have. We used to go to them a lot. We used to watch the entertainment and everything. Did I say hello, Sarah? I think I did. I did, I'm sure I did. Don't forget the thummy, yeah, every Tuesday over at Kerry's. And play bingo, bango, bongo. Well, it's just bingo, really, but just being silly. But yeah, and sometimes she does prizes. So that's cool. So yeah, what have you all been up to? There we go. Oh, sorry, you asked me what the pattern was behind me. It was just a kind of an old thing that I did ages ago. It's just an old kind of top back in the day when I used to just make stuff. And I have got another one in the house that I was going to try and replicate. But the thing with me is when I used to just freestyle make stuff, I don't kind of necessarily make it in different sizes, you know, and write a pattern. It was just something that I did. But I'm one of these days I will like I have with this, just sit there and think, how did I do that? What did I do? Let's reconstruct it. Let's do it. But yeah, I might do. It's just getting around to this sort of thing, isn't it, really? Getting your act together sort of thing. But yeah, didn't have a name for it. It's not a tutorial. It was long ago when I was that size. Just saying. When I used to make stuff. Anything you see, that's the thing. If I did it, it would just be a one size thing. It wouldn't be like, oh, I think most, drying up a bit, most people kind of know that if they do it with a larger hook or a smaller hook, you'll get a different size, thicker yarn, thinner yarn, all that sort of shizzle. Then you know. But so I didn't know whether to do my live stream over here on Crochet Rocks or on Rocksteady, which is desperately needing the watch hours. But I did a live on there the other day, so I thought, well, I'm in the caravan with all the yarn in the yarnavan, so I ought to really do it for Crochet Rocks for a change. And not everybody will see my live streams for Rocksteady because not everybody has subscribed. Why not? Get over there and subscribe, eh? Actually, the watch hours are getting much better, but still a ways to go over on Rocksteady. I've got over the 1,000, but I think I'm halfway there. It won't be long before they start asking me if I want to do the other thing, you know, where you can monetize for membership and all that, but I would definitely just say no. I think that's not right. It's not right. Hi, Julie. How are you? Finally finished the 12 ponchos for all the girls in your family. Found one for a boy. Also made one for your grandson. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. So what else have you been up to, everybody? Have you all crocheting? Or are you making any cows or going on holiday soon or been on holiday? We had to cancel ours because of my actinic keratosis. And they did say it would be at its worst by that time, although it wasn't. But still, to be honest with you, I was avoiding the sun because, you don't really want to be out in the sun with all that going on. You learned the hard way that the hook and yarn size makes a difference for making a scarf with a hood and pockets. It does indeed. It does. Oh, I don't know what that was. Let me just check. I bet it was spam. I do get an awful lot of spam. Yep. Here we go. This is what I get. That rubbish. I mean, it's on my Hobby Rocks shop. That's all I get. Chinese rubbish, Russian rubbish. Whenever it comes up as new message from Hobby Rocks, it used to be that people would ask me a question and I'd answer it. But now, well, I'd answer it sometimes. I can't always answer because it doesn't always give me a recipient, which is a bit annoying. But now when it comes up like that, what it means is I've been spammed. It's so annoying, really is. And you saw what that message was. Well, I had one the other day that had a company name. Say for argument's sake, it said Hobby Rocks. It wasn't, because that's me. But it said, like, one under the other, Hobby Rocks, Hobby Rocks, Hobby Rocks, Hobby Rocks. That was it. That was the message. And I thought, well, if you're going to spam people to tout for business, I ain't really going to get it that way, are you? If it was something that they sent me that was earth-shattering and that I really couldn't do without, then, I'd understand it. But to send me 4 lines of text, all the same name, and that's it, it's pathetic. There's been a lot of things going on lately that have been winding me up big time and making me crabby. And yesterday, I had enough of those stupid companies. I did mention something on Facebook about it, but I had this guy, his name was John, from Southern Water, and I was ringing up to make a payment plan, either pay by direct debit or a one-off payment or whatever. And I said to him, when my mother-in-law passed away, we set up the account in our name, but I can't remember if you have my email address or my partner's email address. Well, I'm afraid I can't tell you which one. And I said, well, I do understand about data protection, but I've never met a scammer yet that would like to pay my water bill for me. But having said that, it will either be one of these two. So I mentioned them and he went, yes, it's one of those. So I said, well, okay. He then said, I can send you a link to your email address we got on file so that you can set up a direct debit. I went, yes, please. Because if it's one of those, it will get to us and it doesn't matter. Okay, he said. So he sent the link and it didn't arrive. I said, okay, it's not arrived. If you can I just check with you that it's the right email? I'm sorry, I can't do that. Okay, how about, he said, if I erase the email address we've got here and you give me yours? I went, okay, well, that tells me you had Gary's, but fine. So he erased that one, and I, with the phonetic alphabet, did him the Sierra Tango all the way through, and then said @gmail.com. So he said, fine, I'll send you the link. Well, it didn't arrive. And I said, look, I've still not got it. Can you just check, read back the email address I've given you, just to make sure you've got it down correct? Oh, no, I can't do that. I said, why not? He said, it's data protection. I went, I have just give it to you. I just told you it. I'm asking you to tell it back to me to make sure it's correct. Oh, no, I can't do that. I went, but I've just given it to you. It's not, I'm asking you for something that's stored on there that... They said, no, I can't do it. I went, mate, I'm sorry. That is, and I actually said, mate, that's not data protection, mate. That is insanity. You know, I've just told you this. I just want you to tell it back to me. No, can't do that. I said, oh my God, this is just ridiculous. And so he said, hang on a minute, I need to put you on hold for a second. Is that okay? I said, yeah, sure. I was on hold for 15 minutes before I hung up. And then he rang me back. And he said, oh, I don't know what happened there when I hung up. I got fed up with waiting. I thought you'd gone. And he said, oh, no. He said, well, apparently the fault is our end. That's why you're not getting the emails. So if you could wait 5 working days and then try again. I said, look, yeah, but you need to put a note on the account that says why we haven't paid then, because 3 times he rang me. And but it was just so frustrating. I wasn't asking him to tell me something that was stored on there. You know, I was asking him to read back the thing I'd just told him so I could tell he'd got it down right. Oh. And I mean, I've worked in offices all my life, really. I've worked with data protection. I've worked with the new GDPR thing. Nothing, that wasn't it. He was just being so overcautious, it was unreal. But, you know, still haven't paid it. Okay, where are we? Oh, look, more people have come in since I've been yammering. Hang on, how far have I got to go back? Long way. Okay, so Lydia, hello there, welcome. Don't forget the thumbie. Ellie is crocheting disc scrubbies and making stitch markers. I need to make some of those for my orders. I always put a few freebies in, and I need to make some new ones. Julie's just made a triangle shawl for your mother-in-law, and it's too pointy, so it doesn't work. You're going to frog the whole thing and make something better. Why don't you put tassels on that pointy bit? You know, sometimes you see them with just the one kind of bobble or something. Maybe it'd take the pointiness away. I don't like pointy ones for that reason. I get in a bit of a faff with them sometimes. Where's sounds fun? I don't know if that was me or someone else. Just started your gift knitting, trying to get in front for Christmas. I know, it's amazing how quickly you start, because someone said the other day, oh, it's only 20 something weeks to Christmas. You think, oh, really? Seriously? Yeah, don't forget the thummies. Thank you. Thank you to Kerry. Hi, Maribel. Hello, Tracy. I've got enough. That's 3 of us. There's 3 Tracys in here now. Can't have enough Tracys. That's what I say. Couldn't make it up, could you know? You really couldn't. You couldn't indeed. That is ridiculous, isn't it? It's like the world's gone mad with all this stupid political correctness and stupid data protection. And you know what really, really annoys me is Gary had 2 phone calls to make earlier, and I have to be there with him because he's deaf and he can't always understand them, especially if they're foreign or talk quick or young or whatever and don't make allowances. So I was there, even, you know, and we were listening to that stupid music. Every single day of our lives seems to be a waste of hours sitting there. You know, when you've got to press this, press that, then you listen to their gobbledygook and then you get music. Well, you know, I think there should be legislation that says they're not allowed to use robots and they need to employ people and get rid of these automated things, because it's just soul destroying, isn't it? And all it's done is take people's jobs away. Bring back the bad old days when, you know, you rang someone, they were engaged. That's what I say. Honestly, so much better. Okay, Sarah, thanks for coming. I'm not sure if you're still there to hear me. Sorry for being late. You're not too late, little sis. Not too late at all. And Little Sis been a member for 29 months. Wow, that sounds like forever. Hi, Raymond. Welcome. Don't forget the thummy. That's okay. You're not that late. Oopsie. Probably go off again. So, yeah, I'm just kind of having a little bit of a go on this. Obviously, the center of it, the yarn was kind of, went further. So now it's just going to, I don't know, I still like it. It's only going to be kind of either a sitting on the decking rug or a car rug or to go around your shoulders or something when it's cool. But I need to make a few of those. I need to make some car rugs, that's for sure. I used to have them, but one by one, people say, oh, can I just borrow a blanket? And you never get it back. And that's it, it's gone forever. So I do need to make some. I did make, I made a couple, I think, for Gary. I know there's one in his car, at least, but I was going to make a good few for us both. But there's always something that I've got to do, and I've got to do Tyler's birthday blanket, the second part of the creeper. I'll get that going. Thank you, Raymond. It is pretty yarn. You like the poncho on my mannequin? It's actually a pullover. Oh, hi, Redneck. It's I haven't got a pattern for it. It's something I made ages ago. It's just a pullover, really, but a lacy one. I was saying one day I might reconstruct it and do it as a tutorial, but I wouldn't be any good at sizing it. It's just a case of you make it big enough for yourself. I know it sounds, or whoever you're making it for, you just kind of make the motif and then front and back, and then you just join it, and you kind of can make a side panel if you need to and that sort of thing, I guess. But yeah, I didn't really back then. I used to make stuff for myself and others, wherever, but I never followed a pattern, and I just made it up as I went along, never wrote it down. And so it would need, there's another one in the house, it's all granny squares, but they're not like granny squares, really. They're more like different. And that's a summery one, and I was going to reconstruct it, and I think I did show it on one of my chats, and I'd made one square to kind of refresh my memory how to do it. I was making it from the cotton smooth, but I haven't really had the chance to carry on with it. There's been so much go on in the house, and in the family and everything else, that I've not really had a great deal of opportunity to do stuff. You need to order. Is there any way I could get it by next Wednesday? Yeah, sure. I can get them. I've had some collected today, but I can get it collected tomorrow. Absolutely, because they collect on Saturday. But that would be no problem at all. Have to get ready for your live. Okay, no worries. Thanks for coming. But yeah, sure. I mean, it'd be next day if I do it straight away. You won't have to pay any extra for that. And the only difference being, I always just quote for second class. That's the only thing. But I wouldn't. Never mind. I'd just still do it for you because it's you. I'd do it as first. Send it my first class, and you should definitely. I whistled then. Should definitely get it. But yeah, no problemo. Absolutely. What is it you're after? I'll put in an order. I've got to pay for it though. That's the worst part. I've got to pay for it. But it's that, when I've been in the other room and I'm doing my chats and people say, what is that lovely yarn over your shoulder? It's that beautiful, colourful yarn and the blue. I ordered all 3 of those. In fact, I think I ordered 4 different colours in it. And some little bits and bobs. I was going to, because I've been struggling to get hold of the I-cord knitters. I used to do the tulip I-cord knitter. As soon as I got them, they'd fly off the shelves, and I'll struggle to get hold of them now. So they did one by Prim, but they want too much money, to be honest with you. And I won't overcharge for it, so there was no point in getting it. And if I kind of look at the price I have to kind of look at their price, add the VAT on, and then think, not worth stocking that, you know. So I didn't order them, but I can get them for the future. There are a few others. I could also get the Addy egg, but I used to like the tulip one, but they've not had them in stock for a long while, tulip, because I buy from them. I love this yarn. It is so nice. It really is. I'm starving, actually, really, really hungry. I'm always hungry. Have you noticed lately? Get on the low carb and it will all be gone. Won't be hungry anymore. Okay, I'll look out for that. You took out alchemy yarn without any idea what to do with it. Would be sport weight, but with all the fluff, it became super chunky. Fabric is light as a cloud. Yummy cotton, King Cole cotton, soft, and the new Starcraft one that is beautiful. It is. It is absolutely gorgeous. Hi Rebecca, welcome. You have one by Prim, and you've regretted buying it. It dropped stitches. Well, thank you for telling me, because I won't get it then. I won't bother with that. I don't know if they'll ever get those ones back in tulip. I hope so, but they've been out of stock for a very long time. What I'll do is, if they get them back in, as soon as I see them in, I'm going to buy their stock up, because normally I buy them, and as soon as I list them, I have to go buy more. But they've not had, as I say, they've not had them in for a very long time. So whether they've discontinued it or not, I don't know. It would be a shame, because I've got a feeling that they are the best one. Even better than like the Addy egg. I don't know how good that is. Anybody ever used the Addy egg? I don't know why they call it egg. I suppose it's because it looks like an egg. Maybe. This is hard to maneuver now. You need an easy left-handed tutorial for a headscarf. Oh, now I want to sing. You're making a scarf but changed your mind. Cardi is longer than you like. Too difficult to frog. I hate it when you have to frog. Discontinued. Only place to find it was Amazon. I love you know, that yarn that I made, the blanket that I was making, and I love it, but I've got a feeling it won't frog well, and I want to make it smaller. Yeah, sorry about that, but whenever I see headscarf, it reminds me of a girl I used to work with, because she always used, as soon as someone said headscarf, she used to burst into song about that. Oh, your red scarf matches your eyes. And she used to just like burst into song. I knew it's a joke, but yeah, she did it every time. And her name was Mandy. And as soon as anybody says headscarf, Mandy's dulcet tones pop into my head with that song. She was a weirdo. She really was funny. But she was also a bully. She liked you. If she didn't, she was an awful bully. It's funny how people are, isn't it? When I used to work there, and when I kind of got promoted, people always said that I didn't change. And I said, no, I don't understand why people do. But they certainly do. Sometimes they really, really do. And you see it, you know, time and time again. If you work there long enough, like I did, forever. But yeah, this is an easy round, this one. It's just going over that one, and then you go in top of it. It's kind of, I don't know why I chose 3 rounds, 3 rows. You love your Prim hooks, work great with cotton. I have got some. I've got some in my shop, actually, only one set. It's the big set. I don't know quite what happened to the small set. I did get both, but heaven knows what I did with those. I've got some Harry Potter patches that I haven't uploaded. And I've got pom-pom maker that I haven't uploaded. So much. I think, oh, I'll upload. Loads of yarn that I was going to do and upload, and I haven't. I just need to be a bit more on the ball, spend a bit more time. But of now, if you watched my chat this morning, you'll know that I've got my to-do lists. So I'm going to have to start filling those in and making sure that I put whatever tasks I put on there, I get them done and don't keep putting them off until I forget. But I have got lots of things to do, to be honest with you. Shouldn't be drinking Coke. It makes me hiccup a lot. Is it possible to see a tutorial written pattern for the beautiful square you're working on? Would definitely buy a kit if you could do that. And Julie says her husband's up with his sister in Yorkshire, so he won't see your delivery arrive. I like your style. So you can go mad. 2 of your boys have come back from London to stay and take care of you. That's nice. Well, Gary is going to Disney soon, and I'll be on my own. Kind of first time I've been on my own for a long while. But so this square, I winged it. I kind of winged it, but it is. I probably will do a tutorial. It's ever so easy, but yeah, it's a 3-row repeat. But I can easily do a tutorial for it, especially now I've got enough of it made to show it. But it is quite pretty. It's got three separate rows. Yeah, I will do one. But it's not a written pattern. I never write my patterns. Unlike, Crystal from Bag a Day, I would love to, just like she has someone who writes her patterns for her. I would love that. I need a pattern writer. Someone who can sit there and write that gobbledygook down. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can read a pattern. But to write a pattern in the exact format that these companies want, whenever I've written a pattern, it's how I'd like to hear it, that's how I do it normally. But I haven't actually sat down and written any patterns. And I know I miss a trick because I do a tutorial and it's free. And then I never sell the pattern on Etsy or my own shop. And I couldn't I? Could easily have my own patterns there for download and to purchase, but I don't even write them down. But at the moment, I've got the creeper blanket, and that's a free download for the template. And I've got to do part 2, which I'll do very soon. I have to get it done because Tyler's birthday is coming up on the 26th, and I need it done for then. So I'll definitely get on with that. I just need sort of some clear days where we don't have anyone here, or it'll be preferably when Gary's at work, so I can have the peace and quiet to get it done. But so that will be kind of one of the next things. And then that new pattern that I really love, I need to make some different colors so that you can see if you changed color at that point what it would look like. If the one I made with that Savannah yarn, really love that. That's so pretty, and I want to make something with that. Maybe I'll do one of these famous car rugs that I need to make with that, and it will be nice and simple to do a tutorial for. Don't know. Hi Kivia, welcome. Don't forget the thummies, guys. You found Rose and Iris Cotton Soft in your stash. Both colours, so nice. You want more, lots of it. You worry a bit about the dye lots being too different. Well, I haven't ordered any more of the Cotton Smooth, or any of the stuff from King Cole. I've been trying to make space, so this new yarn that I'm getting is a different supplier, a different manufacturer as well, and they also sell the Stylecraft, but I do buy direct from Stylecraft, so I don't really need to get that there. But if I ever just wanted a little bit, and it's good to have a supplier that sells more than one brand, because I don't always want a massive Stylecraft order or a massive King Cole order, although this new place doesn't stock King Cole, just a couple of brands. But yeah, it's nice to have it, the option of getting a little bit of extra whatever, you know, if you don't need to place a big order. But I need to make space, so that's why a lot of the King Cole has been reduced, like with the fjord, and there's quite a few things that thankfully I'm selling out of. So I'm reducing it down quite a bit to make space for new. Like a bit. Sounded like a witch then. Sorry about that. Never tried the prim hooks. I think it's the larger hooks I've got in the pack. I'm not sure. Cotton Smooth is lovely, isn't it? Yeah, Cotton Soft, I don't think is as soft as Cotton Smooth. I'm not sure. But I think they've sent me samples of it in the past. Oh, made it all the way around. That is cool. Now I've got to figure out what I did on the third. The third row. My voice keeps going. Have you noticed lately how I keep drying up? My voice keeps drying on my chats, and it's happening more and more. It's a bit worrying. Don't like that. Okay, so here we are. I've met up. So this one, oh, it's quite simple. It's a V-stitch, I believe. I don't think I did enough chains at my corner. So that's it. Yeah, just one. Kind of do a seamless V-stitch corner. And I had to remember how I did it then. So Gary's in the house cooking up. He's doing a chicken curry. A Chinese flavour chicken curry. Because Charlotte's coming this afternoon. So they go in. Where do they go? Bear with me. Oh yeah, they go in now. That's fine. It's been so long since I've done it. And I think when I did do this, I wasn't on these rows. But we're getting there. So yeah, no problem at all about the order, Julie. I can I'm not going anywhere tomorrow. So they'll definitely be able to come and get it. My favourite postman came today. He's so funny. He's always smiling, always got a bit of a giggle going on. It's cool. I like him. Wow. So I'm going to have to rely on you to tell me how long I've been on. Cheers, guys. Be giving up a bit of that soon. I haven't really had that much just recently. When I drank way too much on a couple of occasions because we went to a few barbecues, and I had too much Diet Fizzy, and I thought, this is no way good for you. So I decided to have a rest from it, but we had lots in the cupboard anyway. So I won't give it up completely, because it's kind of a bit difficult to give it up completely when you're going to be doing low carb. So yeah, we'll keep it, but I won't drink as much ever again, I don't think. I'll just, stick to water and tea. Water and tea, and I think I can still have some of my coffees with the oat milk. Just maybe one now and then. Won't hurt. Bye-bye. I know it is mega soft, that Savannah. It is unbelievable, isn't it? When they sent that sample to me, I really wanted that, and the sparkly baby yarn. Those were the ones I really wanted to see. And when I spoke to someone ages before, they said they don't send samples. And I was talking to this rep over the phone, and she said, yeah, we'll send you some samples. Probably because in the beginning they didn't know if I was real. I mean, a real business. So, but I've ordered quite a bit from them, so they kind of know. But I wanted to see that, and I just thought it's quite expensive, but it just such incredible quality. You think yarn from the UK is better than a lot of the US store brands, like Loops and Threads from Michael's and Joanne's store brands? I don't think I've ever had Loops and Threads. I've had some of the US yarns. I've been sent lots of happy mail in the past with bits and bobs on, and I actually found that I could order from Joanne. So I have done a couple of Joanne's orders, but I don't think we can buy all of the stuff that you get across the pond. You know, we get like a limited part of the range. And I know in the past when I've just gone on the website and looked at it all, and then I've noticed I've been on the USA side. Hang on a minute, I've got she nose now. Getting fibres up my nose. Always get that. So then as soon as you put in that it's UK, it does drastically diminish the actual, amount you can get. But I did get some really beautiful yarn. And I think that was the roll with it when they had the kind of rainbow one, and it had orange in it, and I made that wrap with it, and I just absolutely love it. I never did do a tutorial for that wrap, did I? Lion Brand, yeah, it is. It is American. The mandalas are lovely, aren't they? I haven't got any in here, but they're in the other room. But I wouldn't mind if I could find a decent stockist for those. I can get Karen yarn and Bernat and Lily. Not that I'm that impressed with Lily. The Lily sugar and cream always feels a bit on the rough side. Great for making a bag though, nice and sturdy, but it's not anything you want to wear really. But that cotton from the Savannah, it is just unreal. And it's Aran as well, which is 4-weight. It's really, really lovely. I was looking at that today. I was looking, shall I get some more of the colours? But I'm not that impressed with those colours. The two that I got, the Tundra and Canyon, were the best colours. The others look a little bit, I don't know. When I look at them, I just think, oh, not colours I would have put necessarily together. Of course, the one thing I miss about being in here is my little desk fan. I have got a fan at the side of me, but it would blow in my ear. I don't think it will reach. I'd have to put an extension lead in. And I only just got electrics in here, so the thought of having extension leads, although I do have one that I could use, but it's like the whole idea of having the electrics put in was so that I didn't have to have all those extensions. But the one I used to have, that was kind of, I had it to plug in and it went under my bed so that I had plugs at the side of the bed, and that was a nice one, so I could bring that in here just for putting my fan on and things like that. I don't like them on the floor because it's a trip hazard, So I will do this round, I think, and then once I get to the end of this round, I'll go, because it shouldn't be long then before Charlotte's here and we'll be having dinner. But yeah, because and her daughter Sophia is probably going to be with her at the beginning because her dad is picking her up and taking her to the house or something. Getting there. I don't know how long to make it. I've still got quite a lot of this yarn ball left. That's the only thing where I did this and I kind of did it, freestyly. I didn't make a note of how many like skeins I've used, but these are 200 grams. The normal beaches from King Cole is only 100, but the Paradise, or the tropical beaches, should I say, are 200. So I've got a feeling this is just 1 and a bit skeins. Uh-oh. That's just my light. So hang on, I haven't really gone very far, have I? It won't be the end yet. Well, we've got nice dinner tomorrow because before we start low carbing, we decided that we were going to have minted lamb chops again. Although before it was shanks, but this time it'll be chops. That'd be lovely with creamy mashed potato. Um, Karen ombre. I have the camo, but not ombre. They don't stock all of the Karen brands, but they do have quite a lot of them. Oh, longhand. I get you. You would like more cotton in Aran in the future. You want to make more bags. There, I noticed when I was looking at the Starcraft one today, the Aran, they did have some patterns for it, and there was a market bag, and it was just very similar to the one that I made, you know, the bag, but bigger. And I thought, I'm not sure that I would want to make a bag with the Savannah, because it is just beautiful and soft. Why would you make a bag with that, like a shopping bag out of yarn that is very, very good quality and soft? It's not really what you do, is it? You kind of make it out of the stuff you might not want to wear, surely, rather than really like more expensive and soft, beautiful yarn. It's like that does not make any sense to me. So now I'm at the corner. I kind of do these I did this once before when I was making a blanket, and I thought, I wonder if I can square this. And it worked out really, really well, making the V-stitch corner. There we go. Not bad. I quite like it. I love these colours. And it is ultra soft. This yarn is very, very soft. It's crazy soft. All of the Beaches by King Cole is soft, but this feels like I was making Gemma a jumper with it. I was knitting her a jumper. I don't knit that often, but I had the patterns anyway, because I do have them in my shop, and there was a short sleeve stripy kind of jumper, and I thought, well, that looked really nice on Gemma. So I was making it for her, because it was kind of, it is definitely a jumper for someone who doesn't have boobs, you know. I don't say Gemma doesn't have boobs, she does, but it's not a jumper for someone with huge boobs. It's for someone with moderate size. So yeah, I figured that would then suit Gemma with her moderate. You know, what was it, as Shakira said? You wouldn't confuse them with mountains. That sort of thing. So that's why I was going to make it for Gemma. You know, it was more her shape, if you like. And I got that far in. And I stopped. And I lost it. I thought, where the heck did I put that? So when I found it, I frogged it and decided to make this with it instead. Because, you know, I'd already started using it. So just frogged the thing, because it's like I would never have remembered where I was up to. I'm not... I don't get the time to read patterns and follow them, you know. That's why I like to freestyle it myself. Because, you know, I know what I can do it that way. It's just only look at it and say, what was I doing there? And it becomes easy. But I do like to knit every now and then. I like to keep it up just to, you know, keep my hand in, really. And I was doing some knitting tutorials over on the Hobby Rocks channel. And I will continue to do those. But it's a bit busy around here at the moment. And I'm trying to concentrate on getting Rocksteady monetized, because although I've got the 1,000 subscribers, I'm only halfway through my watch hours. And once I've got Rocksteady monetized. Sorry, I got fibre up my nose. I happen to be sitting around a lot of yarn. And yeah, so once I've got that one done, I can concentrate on others. It would be wasting on a bag, wouldn't it? That's mental, I think. Oh, Red Heart. It's made in China. A lot of people complain about Red Heart, though, don't they? Apart from Unforgettable, a lot of people weren't that fussed with Red Heart. I've got quite a lot of Unforgettable. But if you miss Red Heart Unforgettable, it still exists. It's called Signet Boho Spirit, and I sell it. It is identical, absolutely identical. I can't imagine making a bag with that. We need to do a crochet along with some of the retro stuff from your last magazine. I love those records. Placemats, yeah, those record placemats. I don't remember a pillow, but I remember the placemats. They were right up my street, those ones. I tell you, they were lovely. I did like that. Poundland printed, Aaron. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, it is a bit ropey. Is that the big skeins when they did the 100-gram balls? Weren't really impressed with that at all. I don't like the as well. I think they did some in Pound Stretcher, and it was the colours were way off at times. Hi, Mary. Don't like Red Heart at all. See, a lot of people, I've heard of that. A lot of people said that. But the Unforgettable was just beautiful. I've got lots, and I haven't used it. I've used one on the hat, but I haven't used it because when I use it, it'll be gone. I know that is silly, but I've got some that have kind of sagey greens and tan colours, and they're beautiful. I've got a couple of skeins of those, so enough to make maybe a scarf or a hat and mittens with, but nothing to make anything big. But I've got quite a few, and some of them I've got a few more skeins of, like I've got maybe 4 skeins of it, but majority of them I've got like a couple of skeins each, and they are absolutely incredible. But that real pastel rainbow one that I made the hat with, that is identical to the boho spirit in color harmony. You put them side by side and you wouldn't know. In fact, there's a ball of it over there, the red heart, and then there's the boho spirit over there. So if I wasn't such a lazy moo, I could get off my butt and go show you. But I'm rooted to the spot now. I need to make myself better cushions. Remember back in the day when I first started doing live streams and blogs, I made the cush for my tush. I need to do it again. I have a really nice memory foam cushion, but it's too big for this chair. I'd have to do another one. And I called it the cush for my tush. Definitely need to make another one. All right, I need to put that up there because I've got to pull some yarn out. But I have this is my yarn ball holder. It's a bucket, well, a bin that I got from Dunelm, and it's got lining, so it's great for putting your yarn ball in, and it doesn't scoot all over the floor. But I've got a yarn bowl over there that wouldn't really cut it because it would struggle with 100-gram skein, and those are 200. I'm gonna knock that off. Let's put it up there. It's only the light. It was stuck there. That's it. That's better. The cassette bag was cool. I've not had the With Love. I've not seen that one. You liked the baby yarn? I've not really had that. I've only had Bernat. In fact, there's some on the shelf. It might be here. This one. No, it's Red Heart. It is Red Heart. I do have some Red Heart baby yarn. I had a few different colours. This baby Aaron. I made a blanket with it. But yeah, it's got a lovely sheen to it. This does feel nice. It doesn't I could have sworn that was Bernat, but it isn't. It is Red Heart. I had it a long time. I've got pinks and yellows and blue and green. I had it to make a whole kind of thing with long time ago. Since forgotten what I was going to make with that rainbow of yarns. Probably something for one of the babies, and they're now 5. So obviously didn't get done. Dull. There's been a lot of things over the years that I think, oh, I'm going to make that. And I buy yarn for it and I never make it. And then when it comes to making something, you haven't got the yarn for that because it's not the right quantities. And that's how I ended up with all this on my shelf, really. Oh, I'm getting these fibres up my nose. And, you know, since I've got actinic keratosis and I'm going through the treatment for that, my nose is itchy enough as it is. But there's not much I can do about it really at the moment. So the other colour is more like this one here, like with these two. It's called Banana Beach. You can, the Parrot Beach has got that lovely green. But the Banana Beach is all kind of purples and yellows, and that's beautiful as well. But I don't think I did enough chain on that previous round. I'm struggling to pick up where I should put my stitch, and I keep getting a bit of the bottom of the row beneath, if you know what I mean, picking up the stitch from it because it's too close. So instead of going in these chains, you see I keep getting the purple where I shouldn't get the purple. Very annoying. I won't do that again. I'll make sure I do more next time. I'm going to try again. That's better. I don't know why it keeps happening. Could be that I talk too much. That's kind of the point though, isn't it? Ice yarn is nice. Don't get me wrong, it is good. But I made one big ice yarn order and I've still got near enough all of it. The only problem with it is, for us, it's the shipping and customs, you know, because when we were in Europe, we only had the shipping, which was quite expensive as it was. But now we've got shipping and customs because we're no longer in Europe. But that is, as far as I'm concerned, the only drawback. But I'm sure there are other drawbacks for other people, but not for me. And yeah, so it's quite expensive in that respect, but the yarn itself is really cheap. So it kind of evens out. And I've really itching. Sorry guys. When I did do that yarn order, I found that when I got the shipping and just however many skeins I got and I divided it, it worked out that all of my yarn, regardless of what it was, worked out at something like £1.60 a skein or something like that. It would be more now. I think the prices have risen, and so have all the shipping costs and everything else. And I was gonna stock ice yarn, and approached them, and the only way, they're very, very bad at communicating. I know they're Turkish, but for goodness sake, you know, they ship worldwide. They should have a much better department that liaises with customers. But they eventually said to me, just order in the normal way and put all your payment details in. They don't take it straight away. And then email us to tell us it's trade. And I thought, oh yeah, what could go wrong? You know, I just didn't trust that kind of setup. You know, there's no one else that you order from that does that. It's just you set up a trade account and you buy trade. That's how you do business. And regardless of whether that's, you know, yarn or spaghetti hoops, it doesn't really matter. That's how you do business. You don't say, oh, buy it from the retail site, pay for it, and then email us and we'll discount it down. Because wouldn't you like to know what you're paying before you buy it, for a start? Not, oh, afterwards, this is the discount we've given you. I'd quite like to know what it's going to cost me before I buy it. But, you know, so consequently, that and the fact that I'd have to pay duties on it now, I haven't bothered getting it. Yeah, eBay. That's why, because they're so bad at communication. And if you want to buy it on a trade basis, it's not as easy as just approaching them. This is your trade account, this is how much it costs, which it should be, and that's how everybody else does it, but not them. I have some Picasso. Got some Picasso here. One skein. I've got the blue. I've got about 10. I did have 10 anyway of the blue and green, but that rainbow Picasso got one, which somebody sent me. You have a free affiliate program. Well, when I the ice yarn, believe it or not, is all mostly at the side of me. Look, is this ice yarn? That's not ice yarn, but it's underneath it. Somebody sent me a gift voucher, and the strangest thing was it kind of was an American gift voucher. It was Angel, she said, and she did it a couple of times. See, still got all my ice yarn. They don't make this anymore. This is vintage. Still in the packs. I could actually sell it. So there's more. I did buy lots. And there's some above it as well, which is kind of greens, and it'll all fall out if I get that out, so I can't. But I've got quite a lot. I can't get that back in. I'll have to do it after. Yeah, anyway, so she sent me this voucher, and the only thing I could actually do with it by the time I paid postage and packing was put a little bit towards it and get one skein of Picasso. So that's what I did. But it's the only way I could actually use it. So after that, she used to try and do it so that I would get an English voucher, or that she would just send something to me. But she always sends me a birthday present, bless her heart. She's such a sweetheart. But yeah, before I managed to get one skein of yarn with it, because it was, you know, by the time I'd paid the postage. I signed up for their affiliate program for Ice Yarn. So how does that work then? How does Ice Yarn's affiliate program work? Because I have no idea. I know that it didn't really work out for me as a trade customer. I just felt like, hang on a minute, that is just too many things that can go disastrously wrong. Plus, you know, when you see their prices that they sell ice yarn for, and what you would then have to charge yourself for it because of the shipping, the customs, making any kind of profit on it, it would look as if you were profiteering, because they display retail prices that are really, really low. And how can you can't compete with that when you've had to import it and all that jazz. So I figured if they were just a company that sold wholesale and it worked, then I would stock it. I would dearly love to stock it, but all of those things make it just too problematic. And you know what, people would look at the prices that they charge on the Ice Yarn site and look at the prices I'd have to charge and just think, well, she's making too much money. But obviously I wouldn't be, because I'd be paying a fortune to ship it, a fortune at customs, plus, you know, then you'd have to make a profit to make it worthwhile. And it's just wouldn't be viable the way. And what if they didn't apply the discount? Be even worse. Be even worse, wouldn't it? Yarns you would like, you will get a link for that, and then you can post that link for the yarn in your videos. Okay. Your friend not taking you to Turkey. Well, I honestly, I don't know what Turkey's like in terms of yarn shops, but Ice Yarn must be just a huge factory, mustn't it? Must be gigantic with the amount of stuff they have. And they supply other people with rebranding. You know, might have someone else's brand name on it and um, different length kind of thing. But I'm sure they supply the world with other yarns. This is probably some kind of ice yarn or something. There's very similar yarns out there. It's like I said with the Red Heart Unforgettable and the Signet Boho Spirit. They're just the same yarn. I've got both side by side on a shelf and they are absolutely identical. I think Crystal from Bag a Day did a whole thing once on which yarns are the same. Or was it Krista from the Secret Yarnery? Or did they both do it? I can't remember now who it was. A long while ago. But it was probably Crystal, where she looked at yarn and then said, this is also that yarn. But sometimes the only difference being was the yardage, where they'd said they wanted their skein to be this size, you know. Because a lot of American yarns, you know, when you look at them, they do it by the yards rather than by the weight. You know, where we get our yarn, you get a 200 gram like this one, or you might get a 100 gram ball, or you might get a 150 gram ball, and then they just tell you how many yards or meters that is approximately. Whereas in the States, you know, you'll get it's so many meters or yards, but it's a 172 gram ball or something, you know, kind of weird. Man. But, you know, I just think it would be so much easier, wouldn't it, if we were a little bit more standardized? You know, it's a shame we have different names for our stitches and, you know, the whole world has different ply. You know, if I said 4-ply and, you know, 3-ply, in Australia, that's something completely different. Got some boho spirit from me. Trying to decide what to make with it. It is very pretty, isn't it? It is gorgeous. And that is how I used to feel about the Unforgettable. I had some of the other Unforgettable. It was Unforgettable, but it was also Unforgettable something. I can't remember what that is, but I got a couple of packs of that. Wow, I'm getting hungry. I'm looking forward to my dinner, that's for sure. It's because Gary cooked chicken earlier, so the whole house smelt of chicken for so long. And then we went out to the shop and he decided that he was buying different chicken to make the curry with, and the chicken that he'd cooked already, then maybe on Sunday I can make an Alfredo with it because I've got the cream cheese in the fridge, so which we need to kind of use up. So yeah, I will I will make an Alfredo. Must be nearly through this whole round. I think I've only got I'm at the corner, then I must have one side left to do. But yeah, I love getting new yarn, but it's just been so long because I've been on a bit of a yarn ban where I thought, no, I need to make space. I need to sell some, need to special offer it, get a bit of space going because I can't buy more without space. As it is, when this does arrive, it hasn't got a place to live. It's going to have a tub. I will be able to put it away, but it won't have a space on the shelving. And mostly that's because there's stuff on the shelf here that shouldn't be there, and I really need to sort that out. Clothes and stuff that should be in a loft, really, like my grandmother's tea set. You know, we're never going to use it. Should really just get rid of it. I know it's been in the family for a long time, but at the end of the day, we'll never use it. And it's just a waste, really. Pardon me. It was a gurgle, honest, Gov. It was just a gurgle. These things, they pop up on me. What an animal! A gurgler. It wasn't a burp, seriously. It wasn't a burp. Just a gurgle. Could be worse. I could have blown off. Working on temperature blanket. Can I get Gary to dig a big hole and put all your stuff in? I don't know a big hole, but I did joke and say you should build me an extension upwards. Like build me a loft. I think he'd have kittens if I asked him to do any more to this caravan. Because Yarnafan, Tracy, because this did take up a lot of his time. You know, when you think about it, he had to completely build the outside and then gut all the inside, make all the inside, floor, ceiling, walls, everything. It's all new. Then, you know, with the electrics had to be sorted out, and he had to take plumbing out. Now I wish he hadn't. He said to me, "Do you want the toilet?" I said, "No." Wish I'd said yes. Quite often I've been down here and thinking, oh, no, I've got to go all the way back to the house just to go to the loo and come back. Whereas I should have just said, yeah, the toilets be a good idea. And I could have had just one little room with a loo in it. But no, didn't think about that. And, well, when it was, originally this was a bedroom up here. There was a little one. It might have been two, actually. And then there was a toilet and a separate washroom. And then there was another little kind of cupboard effort over there, which wasn't big enough for a bedroom, but I don't know what it was, to be honest with you. And then there was a kitchen and a dining room sort of thing. And then there was a gigantic living room. And back before it was falling to pieces, that gigantic living room got made into a bedroom. And Charlotte and her boyfriend used to stay there. I don't know why, but this is leaching fibres up my nose. Maybe it's more, it seems worse for me because of the treatment that I've got going on. You know, it doesn't take much to start making it itch, really. Be glad when that's finished. Yeah, definitely. Nearly done with this round, anyway. Not done completely. I don't know how big to do it. I don't even really know what I shall have, well, what it should be. Whether a blanket or a wrap. Whether a big blanket or a small one. Definitely help use up my yarn if I made a big one. Oh, I've only got that far to go, I think. Let's see. Yep. Okay, let's have a little looky. Oh, it's so itchy. That's the worst part of this actinic keratosis thing. It is so itchy. It's not sore, just itchy. Oh, for your son-in-law. I know you kind of finished a bit abruptly there. There's bread in your drawer that you've hidden from the rest of the family, and it's calling you. I've been on an hour. Woo woo. Maybe it's all next to the shed. What, like an outbuilding? No. We had it all capped off. I'm growing flowers in it. You've seen it out in the garden. It's a flower pot, not a chamber pot. It's a flower pot. Actually, Gary's put the cistern back on, so I'm going to grow hanging plants out of that. It's something I get from my mother. She would turn a plant pot, anything into a plant pot. You know, if you had an old car in the garden, she'd grow flowers out of it. Seriously. turned everything into flower pots. My dad had a pair of old boots. She just cut holes in the toes, filled it with soil and hung them on the wall and used to grow things out of them. I think it is just something I get from my mum. We had a boat once, a little boat, and that she grew flowers out of that when it was no good anymore. Just put it in the garden and grew flowers out of it. She's just grow flowers out of anything. And my sister, when she came down and she saw it, and I said, I know, I get that from mum. And she said, yeah, you do. It is something we do get from my mother. Well, there are worse things that I could have picked up, I suppose. Oh, bless. Wow. Not long to go now. I'm losing a bit of light. I've got a neck light in here if I wanted to put that on. But I've closed up the windows, or boarded them up, or barricaded them. One thing I have noticed, Julie, is the mandalas you sent me that you made. One of them is still the same colour, but the light green one is really faded. And I thought, well, I know it's because they're in the window, but that's where they're meant to be, isn't it, really? But that one has faded. It's very, very pale now. I know it was pale in the beginning, but it's a lot paler. The other one doesn't really get direct sunlight down that end. It's more of an evening. The sun kind of comes from kind of over there and it goes over, whereas that end doesn't sort of get it so much. So if you ever see it, you'll notice it's faded. It's still very pretty, but it is faded. But one good thing as well, you see, my internet's working in here now. I have a relay of little discs that bring it out to the caravan, so that's great, and to the garden. So if I wanted to do a stream out there, I could, or in here, and it carries. It's really good. So if I want to bring my laptop in here and work out here, you know, do a bit of a stock take, I can do that now, whereas I couldn't do it before. I used to have to write everything on a piece of paper, then take it in, but now I can do it. I'm brought into the 21st century. So cool. But yeah, I've got a baby as well. I don't know if it's over there. You can't see it. Got my willow blanket there now. But I have a little baby. I haven't named that yet. I don't think it's really life size. It's meant to be. It'd be all right for making preemie hats, I think. Or, you know, the absolute newborn, neonatal type hat. But it's not life size, I don't think. Well, put it this way. When my babies were born, they were born bigger than that. They had a bit of meat on their bones. And one was £8, 1.5, and the other was £8, 6.5. So even when they were actually first born, they were bigger than that, their heads, I believe. It's hard to remember back. You know, when you see a newborn baby and you think, oh, I don't remember them being this small. So it doesn't take long for them to put a little bit of fat on, does it? And fill out a little bit. But it just seems that the one that I bought, it was supposed to be a life size. You can use it as a mannequin, but I don't think so. Might just end up having to give it to River as a doll. Buy another one. I'll have to see. I am almost at the end. Almost. Got a few to go. Whoopsie. Really hard to see because it's purple. This round is, and it's hard to see the stitches and where they're going. But not long to go now. It is getting hard to support it on my lap. It wants to keep falling down and it makes it really hard. It's really weird. I look up and I see this face looking over my shoulder, and not an attractive one either. It's very spooky, isn't it? Maybe I'll have to move them round. Do you think that's a spooky... Sulky-faced kid has a spooky face? Be great for Halloween. Maybe I'll have to make them scary, won't I, for Halloween? Which is scary enough as it is. Make her look like the Grudge, though, couldn't I? Oh, no, because she didn't have makeup on. This is a child mannequin that's plastered in makeup. That makes no sense. I suppose it's not pretty makeup. It's like smudgy. So you could say she's raided her mother's makeup. Right, so I'm at the corner. So I just got to make it into a seamless corner. And that's not right. Got to go into there. That's it. And there we are. So got all the way. That's 3 rounds, isn't it? I don't know if I was quite at the beginning of the first round. Probably not. There we go. It's another 3 rounds done of this one. It's not quite big enough to even use as a kind of wrap yet, but we're getting there. I don't know what I did with my wrap. That one that I really liked with the orange yarn, that really, really pretty one, I have no idea what I've done with it. Folded them all up because I had 3 wraps, and I folded them all up thinking I could use them out here or in the on the decking, and they're probably in here somewhere, but I have no idea where, because when my sister was here, she was after one of the blankets that I'd made, like one of the little girly blankets. So I gave it to her and I showed her the others and it wasn't there. Just blankets. So yeah, no idea. What have I missed? Oh, hi Maritza. Welcome, but I am getting off now. Nice to see you. No, it is hard to get a proportionate size doll. And I was talking to Jane Carruthers some time ago because she had one. And I've seen them to buy. They're about 40 something pounds, but they're made of like, they've got like a fabric body with just plastic arms and legs, but they've got this soft middle, so you can pose them by sitting. But whether they're anatomically correct and what their head size is and what they're meant to be, I have no idea. I would look at it and think 4 months when I look at the size of the, you know, like 3 to 4 months, but it's not very, and it is such a proportionate thing, isn't it? It's like I said, my boys, when they were born, were £8. One was 8.5. So someone else's baby's 5. So, you know, it's very, very proportionate anyway, isn't it? To kind of whoever. And some have got big heads and some have got small heads. I'll never forget this child that lived next door to me had a really thin, long head. Looked a bit like an alien. Really did. But, you know, it was very difficult to look in at the first peek and go, oh, isn't he beautiful? It's kind of like, oh, he's lovely. You know, yeah. It was just like, oh. And he had a big kind of purple birthmark that stuck up about this high. Looked like a light bulb on his head as well. Bless him. Poor little sausage, you know. But yeah, and everybody that looked did the same thing. It was like, oh, isn't he lovely? You know, rather nervously. Anyway, I'm going to get off. Thank you for spending time with me. I'm going to go feed my face and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now. Love you all.